land of the Golden Dome, South Indiana. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode number 4. Got some cool stuff for you tonight. I'll mention it right after this song. Got a featured artist tonight, all the way from the West Coast, west of the Rockies. And we'll be right back. Again. Welcome everybody to the Laskowski program. Here's episode number 4. As I was mentioning already, we do have a featured music guest tonight. They are from Los Angeles, California. They've been around our area quite a few times, actually, playing in our area, probably within the last year, I would say. Spence from Los Angeles. They are our featured artists of the night, and we will be playing 5 brand new songs from them on their latest EP, and that'll be cool to check out. I got a chance to listen to it beforehand, and yeah, I enjoyed it, so I hope you do too. Alright, first line of business tonight. Let's get started. As I mentioned earlier on Facebook a few days back, this is the Expect the Unexpected program. I have a few good stories I'm going to tell tonight as well. And you never know, they always say when you watch the news, you're always going to learn something new. And yeah, that may be true to a certain extent. My real news is go out there and talk to the people. Get their stories first. That's one way you're going to really know what the news is all about. So I was having a conversation with one of my friend's buddies on Wednesday night. It was actually his dad, a matter of fact. I'm not going to mention any names. I'm not even going to mention any names as far as who was participated in that story. I will just give you the story from how I heard it. Imagine for a second if you your mom and dad loves you a lot. And obviously, for those out there that know, parents are the number one thing of raising a child. But I wouldn't even call it abandoning someone. More like sitting in loneliness would be the best word to put it. And while I was describing the story, originally this person's not from the USA, just to make that clear before I even start the story. Anyhow, so this person was born, I'll say, Eastern Europe will be a good place to narrow it down. And when I heard the story, it shook me up. The story itself did shake me up. Imagine you're 5 years old. All you got is your mom and dad. You're living in a time period where everybody's trying to take something from you. Surrounding countries, I'll call it that. And I'm sorry about that. I didn't mean to really go into them like that while there. So this person lives in Eastern Europe. 5 years old. Mom and dad. Guy's full of potential and what he wants to do with himself throughout his life. Now, he did mention before I go any further that we live in a time now where if something like depression comes up, they make pills for it. Now, I'm against that personally. I don't think pills solves any problem. I think wellness solves all problems, but I'm not going to get off track. This individual went on a train with his parents. I guess communication could be a huge deal or the biggest key to fix any problem. Unfortunately, it wasn't that way. Instead, he hops on a train with his parents. Goes certain distance, miles, east, west, whatever. The train stops. The kid gets off. And the parents just leave. They head back on the train and they head back to where they came from, leaving the kid all by himself. That kid was then introduced by people in white coats. He probably mentioned 3 or 4 different people in white coats came out and introduced him to this facility. Now, when he did say it that night, the facility was a psychiatric hospital. And the primary reason why they sent them there in the first place apparently was because he was crazy. And while he kept telling me that story, and I'm not going to say all the details to this story. I'm going to tell you from how it was said to me. But as he kept telling me the story, it seemed like to me, this just might be my overall oddball opinion, but it seems like his parents just abandoned him, didn't want to spend the time to sit down and really get a chance to hear the problems. Instead, diagnoses him as crazy and sends him to a mental institution. Unbelievable. Who does that? Even nowadays, I could relate to stories very similar to that. And this is all based on people who have talked to me personally about these things. And I don't get it. I really don't get it. If I have a 5-year-old child, the first thing I'm going to think if I see anything abnormal or experience anything abnormal, first thing I would do as a parent is talk to the child. That's what any person would do, any parent would do for their child. That's why the story really kind of threw me off. So just imagine you are a 5-year-old child. Your parents are going on a train ride with you. You get off that train. Next thing you know, your parents are basically waving goodbye to you. Now, if you're 5 years old, what's the first thing you're going to do? You're going to start crying. Nobody wants to see their parents up and leave their child, especially to a place like that. And the crazy thing is, the guy's not even crazy. So there's your double pun for the moment. And the same thing still happens today. Instead, now we have Prozac and all this other crap that comes out, and it's ridiculous. Why not just talk to your child? Try that for size for a second. Just don't abandon him in a mental institution. That does not solve no problems right there. You're making it a bigger problem. You're creating it a bigger problem. It's not just this person. I'm talking to people who are going to hear this show. Think about it. Would you treat your child that way if you had a child? One who was 5 years old. And the only thing that child was ever complaining about in the first place was because he was not getting enough attention from his family. Oh, well, guess what? Now you're crazy. Now we're going to put you in a psycho hospital. because we think you're nuts. And of course, back then, we're talking 50, I wouldn't go that far. I'd say about 20, 30 years ago, you don't have the pills, I guess, the cure pills we have now for that kind of stuff. And I still am against that. I still don't like the idea of that. Even when I was a kid and got sick a lot, the doctors always told me the only way you're going to feel well on a consistent basis is you take care of yourself. You eat right. You don't drink shitloads of soda that have shit tons of sugar in it. None of that. And I'll be honest with you. I'll go back 4 or 5 years ago. I was 40, 50 pounds heavier than what I was. No joke. I lost that weight, kept it off. And I was just telling this to my friend yesterday. I don't get sick as much as I used to. And knock on wood, I haven't had allergy problems in a long time since then. So it can happen. I think that's the best alternative medicine there is in the world. Just taking care of your own body. Not having to see the doctor for getting pills for your heart and for cholesterol and blood pressure and all this and all that. No. It's not necessary. Not necessary at all. Going back to the 5-year-old, I saw the man's condition when he told me the story that night. That man was in tears. In tears, as a grown man, in tears. First time ever he's ever told that story. And that made me feel horrible. Like, wow. Really? Because I wouldn't, if I don't have any kids personally. But if I did, I would not be doing that. Talk to your children, people. And for those who do every day, stay on them. If they got a problem, ask them what's wrong. If they have an issue, talk to them. Don't lay back and say, well, you're nuts, you're going to a psychiatric hospital. Final decision. That's not solving no problems at all. Unbelievable stuff. And that's what I'm tying this into the expect the unexpected, because you never know what to expect. And that's why we expect the unexpected, is because of that. Who would have thought that, mom and dad's here for me to talk to. Yeah, and let's be honest here. There's a lot of things that kids don't tell their parents, probably for the better reasons. Everyone's got book of secrets. I do, you do, everybody in the world does. Anyone who listens to this, you do. Don't tell me you don't. There's secrets you're not going to tell the average Joe. Just not going to happen. So learning some things. And that's the whole key. The story that was told to me in a little brief story I'm telling you about this right now, I learned something from that. Unity. Togetherness. The way to stick together. That's what it's all about. Not jumping conclusions. Not jumping off the cliff. And assuming, oh, well, my kid is not that well, so, yeah, we'll just send them to the white coats and they can fix the problem. That's a real crazy way to solve a problem. And don't give him Prozac. Don't give him all these other drugs that are, it's not going to work. It's not going to happen. Seriously, it's not going to happen. I come from a family, at least, but I can honestly say both sides of my family in this note, where there was a mental illness issue. First thing they do is of course, you're going to take them to a doctor. But 9 times out of 10, even when you take them to a doctor, what's the first thing that's going to happen? Well, we heard your problem. Yakety, yakety, yak. Here's your Prozac and go home. No. That's not how the problem is solved. I think if people just took a little more time out of their busy lives to sit down and talk to their appropriate people about what their problem is, we wouldn't have these issues today. And that can even go back 20, 30 years ago. And it doesn't even care if it's that person. I'm talking about people who are in this very scenario at this moment. Yet nobody is giving nobody a chance on that. Because their lives are too busy. We can't handle that. We don't care about your problem. That's why there's doctors. And this is going to make me mad. It really is going to make me mad further talking about this. Because I've seen a lot of good kids who have a lot of potential, have a lot of great things to offer the world when they become adults, get shoveled into the ground with these drugs and such. Misconceptions of calling them crazy, so they end up in places like psychiatric hospitals and nut houses, whatever you want to call them. Go ahead and make the joke about it, because it's really not a joke. And people treat it like it is. And all it took for that was a lack of communication, and that was it. Why? Communicate. Talk to your children. I'm telling you, I'm going to keep stressing this point. Talk to your children. You see any kind of warning signs, any kind of problems, please talk to them. And it doesn't even have to be your child. It could be a niece or a nephew, a little cousin, somebody of that nature, but at least give them a chance to explain themselves before jumping conclusions and basically sending them to a doctor and having them being called crazy. Because that's crazy in itself. That's the story I wanted to share with you tonight, at least in this first part. A 5-year-old child, again, parents on a train, gets dropped off. Parents leave to go back, leaving the kid all alone. And the kid is being held by the hand by white coats, sent into a facility. Come on. Come on. Unbelievable. The feature artist here again tonight is Spence from Los Angeles, California. Good buddy Daniel David Spence from the band Spence has sent me 5 songs off his new EP. I think I'm the only one in media that's going to play it here in the Midwest tonight. I don't think anybody else has even touched this material yet, which I'm kind of happy about. And thanks again, Dave. Appreciate that. Daniel David, sorry. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that very much. So we're going to go ahead and play you one of your songs right now. Ladies and gentlemen, this is from the band Spence. Number 1 song off the EP, and it is called Hanging On. We'll be right back right after this. we're back. That was Hanging On by Spence. Second line of business tonight. Oh, this is going to happen a lot, and it's going to keep continuing to happen just because of the times that we are living in right now. Just in the last week, I'll even say 10 days, we have had 2 home invasions, shootings. And they always say the economy and the time is rough, and that is true. That is definitely true. Only problem with that is it's only bound to get worse. When people lose their jobs, when we have the crazies out there that don't care, you're going to see this more and more as time goes along. Because everybody's trying to get something that is worth the value. Am I a big fan of the Second Amendment? Yes, I am. And for the second home invasion, which is around the Notre Dame area this week, that person didn't get so lucky. That person, as a matter of fact, when he opened the door, he was shot to death. The minute he opened that door. Shot and killed. Unbelievable stuff. House invasion over here on the south side of South Bend. Kernan Prairie. Around the Gertrude area. They had that whole area blocked. 4 people from Elkhart, not even from our city, came from Elkhart and invaded a home. Luckily, nobody in that one got hurt. Because they were young, they were dumb, didn't know what the hell they were doing. Next thing you know, they're taken off. Being now searched by the cops. And all 4 people in that second home invasion on the Kerr Gertrude Prairie area were caught. And here's even the funnier thing about that is they're only caught because a perimeter, I already mentioned a perimeter, Prairie, Kernan, and Gertrude in that whole horseshoe. They're only a couple blocks away at an apartment complex. And that's where they were caught. And it's crazy, man. That makes me feel for anybody who is a homeowner, who has valuable things in their home. Now all your stuff is up for grabs. According to these people, nothing's safe anymore. We had a shooting right by the Notre Dame campus, at a bar nearby Notre Dame campus. Someone was shot there. It's unbelievable stuff. And who would think that a small town like this would even have to worry about something like that? But yet, yeah, that's true. We have shootings in random bars. We have home invasion shootings. It's crazy. It's a crazy world out there now. 2 in the last 7 to 10 days. Just in the South Bend area. So I can imagine if you're from somewhere out in LA or in Denver or Chicago, New York City, Detroit, wherever, I can just imagine how many home invasions are over there. Stories I'm not even well aware about around the country. But I know what's happening around the country, and it's happening every second. It's happening right now as I speak. Someone's getting their home invaded by intruders. It's unbelievable. I'm going to even tie this in to the subject right here, the gun control thing. They're making it harder and harder and harder for citizens to get guns. Background checks, the whole bit. I mean, some good in that, there's some bad in that. Good thing is, yeah, you're clean. You can get a gun. Bad thing is now you're on their list as a gun owner. And I believe was within the last 6 months to a year, somewhere in the East Coast, they had a list in the newspaper of who was actually a registered gun holder. All it takes right there is for criminals to buy the newspaper. Oh, this person has a gun. Well, fuck it. We're going to go to their house and see what we can do about that. And why does it have to come to that? It's crazy. It really is. So let's imagine, especially people here in our area, or even anywhere outside, inside the United States. Imagine your newspaper go ahead and listing all the people who are registered gun owners. Don't think for a second that the bad guys in the black market aren't buying this newspaper, singling you out. That's totally reverse of what's supposed to really happen. Everything's going ass backwards here when it shouldn't be. And like I said, shootings and home invasions are only going to happen more and more as time goes along here. Nobody's safe right now. And it's sad. It's crazy because I know a few members of my family who just recently bought a home. And that makes me think of them anytime something like that happens because, again, it's right in our own neighborhoods, right in our own backyard. People are knocking down the doors, walking in, taking whatever the hell they want. Because it's owed to them. It's owed to them. Really? Nothing is owed to you. And I will invite this whole concept right here that if you walk into somebody's home, I hope to God they have a gun, and I hope to God they shoot you, and I hope to God they kill you. As grim as that sounds. I really hope they do. Lessons learned when you walk into somebody else's home. They have a gun waiting for you right at the door, and bam, they shoot your fucking ass dead. I really hope that happens 90% of the time. But there's some that's unfortunate. For one, it was very unfortunate because the minute he opened that door, he was shot dead. Shot dead. And God bless the house on the Gertrude Prairie Kern area, the house that got invaded there. Thank God you were upstairs the time it happened. And hell, if that was me, if I was upstairs, I know both my doors got broken into because there's 4 punks walking into my door. Guess what? You're getting shot. And I hope to God I kill you. I really hope I do. It's becoming crazy. This world is becoming nothing but crazy. And it's sad, man. It really is sad. Evil does exist here. And it's showing itself every single day. Stories like that. Before you know it, it's not even going to be home invasions. It's going to be people walking on the street. And they think you have something that they don't have. What do you think they're going to do to you? You tell me. What do you think they're going to do to you? They're going to try to take everything off your body, even including your shoes, whatever money's in your wallet, and yada, yada, yada. Nothing's safe anymore, and people got to keep the heads up, Really see what's going on here because it's not good. It's really not good. Be careful when you're out and about. Hell, be careful when you're in your own home nowadays. Because people are becoming reckless. They just don't care anymore. And it's really, really sad, but it's the truth. It's horribly the truth, sadly. Oh, man. Really. People just got to watch themselves now. Watch your home. Watch your vehicles. Hell, watch yourself when you're just taking a walk down, the street. Or you're walking to someplace. Be careful as you don't know what evil is standing in front of you, next to you, or even behind you. You just don't know. And nowadays, sadly in our time, you can't take that chance. That's why nobody trusts each other anymore, as everybody's just drilling each other up the ass here with stories like this. And it's sad. No wonder nobody trusts anyone. I know I wouldn't be. And I'm not one for trust right now as we speak, especially about stories like this. How the hell am I supposed to enjoy anybody or anything when I hear stories like this? That's why it spooks me out when I'm on Facebook all the time and people talk about a little too much than what you're really supposed to be talking about all the time. There's just some things you just don't say on Facebook. Yet people don't care. They persist to keep telling their live stories away on Facebook. keep in mind, for those who have 1,000, 10,000 friends, let's be realistic here. Chances are you don't know more than 80% of that list. And if you do, you might as well be $1 million celebrity. Because guess what? I don't know you, and I care not to know you. And there's a lot of people on Facebook that are just out there taking self pictures and portraits of themselves all the fucking time. Quit being so full of yourselves. Who the hell are you? You're no different than the next Joe making $50,000 a year. You're not some hotshot millionaire superstar. So don't go out there portraying yourself that way. Because I'm not buying it, and not a lot of people are going to buy that. Let's be realistic here. That's why I really hate the world of Facebook. I've said it before. Nobody says anything good on Facebook. There's nothing good to read. Everybody whines and cries about their lives and how shitty it is. Well, shit, make something happen. Do something about it then. Don't whine and cry like a little asshole. I ain't solving no fucking problem. Yeah, I might sound a little bitter about this very concept, but come on. Go on Facebook. I challenge anybody, add 10 people you don't know, and I'll guarantee you what, the 10 people you don't know, you're going to read every single day about, oh, how bad my life sucks. No, I just want somebody to put a ball in my head. Oh, it's going to rain for Halloween? No. I hope not. I hope it doesn't rain for Halloween. Oh, come on, man. There's bigger things to whine about. Let's quit whining. God damn. I don't go doing that shit on Facebook. My lord. Oh, my boyfriend dumped me yesterday. 'Cause he won't take me to Wendy's to get me a Frosty. Really? That's what you're going to cry about? Oh, here's another good one. Last time I went to McDonald's, they only put 9 chicken nuggets in my box, and I was supposed to get 10. Just the dumbest shit. I'm only repeating stuff I've seen before, man. Help me. Is there any nurses out there? My son keeps diarrheaing in his diapers all night. Help me. What am I supposed to do about it? What do you think? God almighty, man.
You said you've seen this on Facebook, right?
Yeah, I have.
So someone was complaining about chicken nuggets.
Yeah, they got ripped off one chicken nugget out of a box and got pissed off about it. It says, and they even went on to say that don't ever go to this specific McDonald's again, because you're gonna get ripped off one chicken nugget.
And it was a McDonald's chicken nugget.
McDonald's chicken nugget, which ain't even real chicken. Yeah, it does. It does sound like Josh. Oh, man, they put 10 chicken nuggets and they only gave me 9. But I'm too lazy to go back to McDonald's and get one more chicken nugget. Come on. Oh, man, that's unbelievable, man. Seriously.
Was it Josh that put that?
No. It wasn't Josh.
I can see that.
Josh complains about Taco Bell.
Yeah. They didn't put enough meat in my taco.
You said that last week.
Imagine that complaint then. Well, I read something the other day. It was actually kind of funny. It was actually on the line of like Taco Bell or something like that. God. Oh, no. Here's a good funny one. Facebook related. Is that, God, now it just slipped through my head. I hate when that happens. That happens to me all the time. Well, if I think about it, I'll come back to that for sure. Another thing that's actually sort of annoying, but I actually had a lot of fun with it yesterday, is everybody's playing this letter. Pick a letter. My letter is this letter. Tell me in one word. Da 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 da. Yeah. Yeah, Josh's words. His letter was T. It was tard, turd, twerp. I called him the takeout tard, which is kind of true. Orders 9 million things 5 days a week. Spends about $10,000 on food. Imagine that. Or video games.
All
Yes.
he buys is food and video games.
That's the story of life of Josh. Oh, man. Oh, here we go. This was actually a misquote, so I'll say it as a misquote. The sentence was, "My daughter wants to be Dick McStuffins every day." I thought to myself, who the hell is Dick McStuffins? So I wrote on her page, I said, Dick McStuffins sounds like a male porn star name. Which it does. So who the hell would want to be a Dick McStuffins every day? That sounds like a cheap-ass McDonald's character. Like one of those, clown characters or whatever. Hey, my name is Dick McStuffins. Hey, my name is Dick McStuffins. Or should I say it's actually Dr. Dick McStuffins. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to give you a twofer with Spence from L.A. I'm going to go ahead and play the songs, and you're going to hear it first. This is their hit song off this EP. It's going to be followed by another tune as well. The hit song is called Make It Hurt, and the second part of the twofer is going to be the collapse. And we'll be right back right after this.
Save me, save me.
Again, that was a twofer by Spence, Make It Hurt, and The Collapse. All right, third chapter of the business tonight. I used to go to school with this person a long time ago. High school. If you want to call it, that's actually alternative high school, but still. Yeah, I wasn't perfect. It took me a while to get my high school diploma, but at least I got it. Her name is Hope Snidecki, and she has been on the blaze of the media here this past week. Went to a school board meeting. Her child started school at the Crossing, which is one of the newer schools. I believe it's on Michigan Street here in South Bend. The Crossing, give you a little example of it, is basically a school for the smarter kids, or ones who are have a lot of intelligence. Her child went to the school. I believe I don't want to be wrong, but she was there. The kid was there for a good, decent amount of time and got pulled out of the school. Well, this brave, good old friend woman of mine goes to the school board meeting here in South Bend and just gives them total hell. Thank God you did that for your child. More people in this world need to be like her, especially those who have children and knows they are being treated wrong by their own school system. Sadly to say, I also went to South Bend School, and I actually came from a Catholic school, kindergarten to 8th grade Catholic school, Our Lady of Hungary here in South Bend, and ended up going 4 years to Raleigh High School, just to make that count, make it make sense. And I'll tell you what, from kindergarten to 8th grade, you basically went to school with the same group of kids, same 20 kids, for 8 years. And boy, was a hell of a transition going from a school like that, a Catholic school, to a public school. And just when I got to a public school, I couldn't believe the change and everything, and just the way the kids were sometimes is absolutely atrocious. Seriously. Just the way they treated themselves, the way they treated others, the way they treated the teachers and faculty. It's unbelievable. Who would have thought that kids act like this? I would never, hell, when we were back in Catholic school, you mouthed it off one time, you were in severe punishment because of that. There was no, just cuss out your teachers and go to detention. There was none of that. And that's crazy. Hands down, I give total respect to you, Hope, for sticking up for your children against this crazy school board of ours. And yes, South Bend School Board, I will call you all crazy. Because even when I was in school, it was just as corrupted as it's probably more corrupted now than it ever has been. But I'll be honest with you and say, at least when I was in school, same thing happened. It was pretty corrupted, one way or another. I honestly thought when I was in school, and yes, I will blame the South Bend School Corporation for this, they don't care if kids graduate or not. It's all about the Benjamins, baby. They don't give a damn if your kid graduates or not. And their stupid curriculum they hold. Seriously, it didn't do anything good for me. I didn't learn hell. I learned less in high school than I ever did at 8 years of Our Lady of Hungary Catholic school. I think I learned more there in 8 years. I learned 4 years at Raleigh High School. Honest to God. We weren't disrespectful to our teachers. We were always respectful to each other. That was just the way I was raised in life, man. So when I'm going to a school that has multiple numbers of people that I'm used to seeing at a small school like that, and you're going to a school with 2,000 kids and all of them are pretty much reckless assholes, well, what are you supposed to do? I'm not calling everyone there a reckless asshole. I'm saying a good majority of them I knew were pretty reckless. A lot of them did have their stuff together. A lot of them became very great adults in life. But Hope Snidecki, you do deserve all the respect in the world for sticking up for your child, going to that school board meeting and making something of that school board meeting. Thank you for doing what you do. And a lot of parents should actually learn from this. If you know something's wrong, you don't think you're getting the education that's worth for your child, speak up to it. Just go there and speak up. Don't let them be the hierarchy and you're just the average Joe going to speak your mind off. Hell no, they're still human beings too. But if you know they're treating your child wrong, go there and speak up about it. Please speak up about it. Don't let them tell you, "Oh well, we made this decision because of this, this, and this." You're putting that child's educational values on the line, and it shouldn't be like that. They're putting anyone's child's education on the line. That's not fair to the child. People need to be more like Hope. Parents need to be more like Hope. And not every parent's perfect. Everybody's done their share of problems, their share of bad things, the convictions, if you want to call it that. Everybody's done that share of that. So yeah, Hope Snydecki, great job. You are the person of the night. You spoke up for your child with this corrupted school system that we have, and you gave it to them. You definitely let them know what that was all about. And more parents should be like that. If you know there's something wrong, speak up. Amen to Hope Snydecki. Because school can be a really rough place. A lot of things, and I'm going to tie this in with the school situation here too. I've been hearing a lot of stories just on the news and doing my research about bullying is becoming a very bad issue in school these days. I think the last story I heard, I believe it was either a 12 or 14-year-old girl got picked on so bad by the classmates that went to that school. It got so bad that she ended up killing herself. Man. And I remember reading something the other day about, and this is for empathy's sake. Well, you better get used to bullying because everybody does it to everybody, and it's something that's happened for the last 200 years. How do you think United States of America became what it was? We had to get bullied in order to become the country we are today. Who cares? Bullying is not acceptable. I was picked on in school all the time. And it sucks. Ask anyone. But just imagine when that kid is being driven to death because of that situation. And a lot of things I've been reading about lately is that there's been a 25% increase just in homeschooling now. That's increased by 25%. That's pretty cool. And it's going to come down to that. Or maybe if you are a parent to these children that are picking on these other kids, maybe you need to become the responsible parent and tell them to fucking stop. Grow some nuts. Tell them it's not right to treat somebody like shit. It's not right to treat them bad to the point they're driven to suicide. It's crazy. That means the parents aren't doing their job. And I do agree with everybody I said. I've heard that more than once just this week about this topic, about how parents are not doing their jobs. And some of them are even assisting these kids to treat the other kid like shit to the point where they're driven to suicide again. Seriously? That only tells me when their parents were in school, they did the exact same thing to kids back then when they were in school. Was bully them. It was only evident that they had to be a bully in order to teach their kid how to be a bully, and now the kid's being a bully, bullying somebody else to the point where you're driving them to suicide? The hell's wrong with the world? The fuck's wrong with this place? It's crazy. And then you got good parents like Hope Snydecki who stick up for her child. Because yes, in a forum, yeah, call me crazy, but in a forum, the South Bend School Corporation was a bully by driving her kid out of school. That's bullying to me. Absolute bullying. And it's crazy. Some of these parents out there are even worse than the goddamn child is. Go ahead, Billy. Go ahead and treat that kid like shit. When I was your age, that's what I did. I bullied the hell out of Billy. God almighty. So you go ahead and you treat him like that. You go ahead and treat him like a total shitbag. That's the real answer. I think sometimes parents are even younger than their children. And that's even, intellectually, I think they're younger than their children. That's even a sadder thing, is you're supposed to be sticking up for this stuff. And you're not. School corporations are becoming a joke. The school system is becoming a joke. That's why I didn't go to college to do what I'm doing right now. I don't need something on a piece of paper that says, oh, I can do this show. I've had enough over 10 years experience in this field. Since 2003, thank you very much. And I just mentioned that on Facebook. It's funny how I mentioned something from the heart. Something that's spoken from the heart. Something that's heartfelt. And nobody gives a damn about it. No one even cares. Instead, all they do is, oh, look at me, my boobs are hanging out. 100 likes, 9,000 comments. All from testicles out there that are sitting there. Oh man, if I had my pants down, I'd probably be whacking off your picture right now. God. But hell forbid he speaks something from the heart. Something that's heartfelt, something that's very passionate, and people don't care. They don't give two dams. But yet, have a half-naked chick on here, all the testicles are going boo-hoo-wah-ha over that. You got, the same thing goes for dudes. The chicks are the same way. I'm not going to lie. I see these fucking pictures where dudes are all shaved on the fucking chest and shit, oil and shit. Other girls are sitting there all hubbing over that shit too. I see it go both ways. But 9 times out of 10, it's always a female with her boobs hanging out, her nipples being covered, a fucking string going down her fucking ass crack. And guys are fucking yelping like fucking dogs over it. Man, I wish I was at you pulling off your panties at this time of night. Get the fuck out of here. Seriously, get the fuck out of here. Again, I'm going to keep going on Facebook. I'm going to keep talking about how passionate I am about things. I don't care if I get 10 likes. I don't even care if I get 3 likes. And I don't care if anybody even comments on it. I'm going to keep speaking from the heart. I'm not going to sit there and be like all these idiots sitting there. Oh, there's this chick with fucking double Z boobs. Has a piece of tape all over their fucking nipples. Has a fucking like coffee filter covering their fucking crotch. And a fucking goddamn piece of lace going through their ass crack. Who cares about that? But apparently that's what society's all about today. They just want to, their nuts get bigger every time we see a picture like that. And it's atrocious, man. Oh, I speak about, again, a lot of things I will speak about on Facebook are from the heart. And it's just crazy because there are some people that are on my friends on Facebook that do speak from the heart. And I always give them their likings. Every single time. But if you're somebody that's going to take self-pictures, or they call them selfies nowadays, 900 pictures in one day, hey, yo, let me tell you something. If you didn't crack the modeling agency now, you're probably never going to crack that modeling agency or get your modeling contract. So go ahead and take 900 pictures of yourself a day. But the only fan base you're going to have is all the yelpy-ass, dog-ass perverts out there. They're going to sit there and go, or every time you fucking have a picture on Facebook. So or to that. All right. Oh man. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna go ahead and take another break. This is again for my buddy Daniel David Spence's band Spence. Again, they've been around South Bend, and he did give me kind of a hint and heads up of people who do listen to this show. Spence will be back in the 2014 year. They'll be returning back to South Bend. So details to come, obviously. Another track from their EP, their new EP. We're gonna go ahead and just play the song right now. It's called "Say It Now." Go ahead and enjoy it, and we'll be right back right after this. And we are back. Say It Now by Spence. Good band. I really do enjoy their stuff. A lot of people out there, this ain't heavy enough for me, or who cares? I like your band. Keep it up, guys. Very good EP so far. And like I said, I heard it a couple of days before, even before I aired the show tonight. And I dig it a lot, guys. Good job. Here's another of the expect the unexpected concepts. Or I could even say this on my own behalf. Another thing on the rise. School shootings. Boy, have I heard a lot of those in the last couple of months. Vegas was the last one I heard about. Oh. How do you stop that? How do we stop this situation? Easy. Give every okay, never mind. I'm not even going to say it. As if I were to say give every kid a gun at school, imagine how that's going to end up. That's not going to be any good.
You beat me at dodgeball?
You beat me at dodgeball, bam, bam, bam. Nice.
You got a better score than me?
There has to be some kind of resolution to that, though, because there's been a lot of school shootings here in the last couple of months. Vegas is the most recent one I've heard. And then Massachusetts had one where a 14-year-old killed, I believe it was a math teacher or something like that, ended up killing her in a bathroom. And there's a wooded area outside the school. Ended up taking her back to the wooded area, leaving her there. She was found the next day, and the guy was already incarcerated at that point. 14-year-old kid, man. And there was a middle school kid that killed a math. No, okay, I got my stories crossed. I think it was the math teacher in Vegas is the one that got shot, but there was a teacher in Massachusetts that got shot. And I don't think she got shot and killed. I think she was murdered. I don't even know how she was murdered, honestly. Problem is, there's a lot of psycho kids out there. Not you guys. So a lot of psycho kids out there nowadays, man. And they're becoming to be just as bad as adults. So out of everything I name tonight, we have home invasions, shootings and home invasions, school shootings. I think all of them are bad, honestly. I think school shootings are crazy. I think those out of the three right now, I think that's the worst one. Connecticut had that shooting, I believe it was back a year ago. Adam Lanza and his crazy ass. But I will speak for this because I've heard this point of defense a lot too. Mental illness is nothing to joke about, and that's what I was talking about at the very first point of the show. This is all stemming into something here. If you know your child is having problems, talk to them now. Don't wait. Because if you don't talk to that child and they continue to have problems, or they have some kind of mental illness and they're not being treated for it in any way, or they're not having proper communication with the right people. I know the world's not perfect and a lot of families are crazy out there and not everything is peaches and fucking cream every day. But Lord, if you are, if you do have your head on your shoulders and your family has their head on their shoulders, and if there is a problem, you need to talk about it. This is all stemming together of what I'm doing today. Goes back to the 5-year-old story I was telling about at the very beginning of the show. If you catch it now, chances are you're not going to have problems of them going and shooting up a school, or them breaking down somebody's home door, or door of their home, and trying to enter and steal possession or priceable items, or just treasurable items that are not even theirs. And that's evil does exist here, man. That's my whole point of this show. Everybody out there has to keep a better eye on that nowadays. I mean, if I was a teacher, if I'm a teacher right now, I'd be honestly scared. I wouldn't want to teach. I wouldn't want to be a teacher right now. Honest to God. And the reason why is because I'd be fearing for my life. All it takes is to tick off the wrong kid. Hell, they're going to put a bullet in you, chop you up as chopped liver, and throw you into a forest. The hell? I wouldn't want that. Honest to God, I wouldn't want that. So I give my heart out to the teachers tonight. The teachers are, you guys are very bold. We're living in crazy times. Where now even kids don't have their heads right. And all it takes is one thing to spark them off, and God knows what's going to end up happening to you. So yeah, I give all the boldness in the world to the teachers. Because if I was one, I'd be really afraid to see what can happen if I piss off a student. Who's got the hammer of control now these days? I couldn't even tell you. Is it the kids? Students? Is it the adults? The teachers? Faculty and staff? Who has the power here? Who has control? Or the question is, who should be controlling who in this case? We know what the right answer is, but it seems like the wrong answer is really winning this whole story here. You know, it's funny. I think every week on the show, somebody's coming here and talked about Josh at least one time. Swear to God. And we even talked about him in the middle of the show. Oh, yeah. I wanted to quote Josh's complaint. Josh says, I'm not going to name the location of a Taco Bell. I will say he's leading by this example. He said,
It's the one by Corey's house.
okay, we'll say the one by Corey's house. I'm not going to give you the exact location, but it's one by Corey's house. So people who know Corey, you know where he lives. It's Taco Bell by his house. His complaint was, I didn't mean to break off the subject here, but I have to because it was funny. Josh goes, they didn't put enough meat in my burrito. They put more beans in it than meat. What kind of burrito was it?
Is this the supreme one that comes with the box?
Oh, and then they didn't give him the box or the sauce.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Right. I remember when you guys came back with that. I couldn't win the PS4 because they didn't give me the box. So if I won that PS4, I'm suing Taco Bell. Chances are, Josh, you didn't win. So it didn't matter if they gave you the box or not, honestly. Chances are you didn't win that contest. Hell, that contest is pretty much almost over at this point. When do the new systems come out? I know it's within, sometime next month.
I think it's the 27th, right?
Something like that. I know the PS4 comes out first before the Xbox One, right?
Yeah, the Xbox One comes out the 20-something.
Yeah.
I just seen it on.
I think it's like the 21st.
I seen it on GameStop.
It's so crazy, though. Are you guys getting one? If you are getting one, which one are you getting?
Xbox One.
You're getting Xbox One. How about you?
I'm waiting.
You're waiting? Good man.
There's too many. They always have it.
They always have malfunctions, yes.
Buy it probably in March or something.
Yeah, that's about the time I was actually going to start being in the market for one.
That's what Josh is gonna do.
Oh, I'm surprised Josh is not going to go day one, man.
He's buying both.
Or I'm surprised he hasn't pre-ordered both of them at this point. Had them ready for whenever they come out. Oh, it's not shocking. I do know a few people who are getting Xbox One. I know one person's getting a PS4. I know quite a few are getting the Xbox One. Now, my question to both of you is which one's going to be better, Xbox One or PS4?
I think it's just whatever brand you like more.
Sure.
Because if you like Sony, you're going to be, PS4 is so much better.
Yeah, a fanboy, pretty much. If you're a fanboy to one, you're going to knock on the other one and vice versa. That's not surprising to hear.
But I think they're both gonna be good.
I know. I'm a little illiterate to today's video game systems, not like they were back in my day when I was a kid. Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Atari, and television, you name it. Now it's a Sega Genesis. Yeah, I can't forget about that. Good call. But yeah, since the 360 and PS3 came out, I've had them both systems numerous times at one point. To me, they're about the same. Game playing wise, or at least the games I play, it wasn't different. It wasn't different from one from the other, really. It was about the same.
The only real difference is some of them, they have games that are just for the Xbox.
Right.
Just for the PS3.
Exclusives, yeah.
That's about the only difference.
So, basically, I can't buy Halo on PS3.
You can't buy Infamous on Xbox.
And I can't buy Infamous on Xbox. There you go. Exclusives. So, it's a fanboy thing again, basically. The fanboy thing is where it's going to come into play. And a good thing about that is at least I'll be able to determine which one I'm going to want to have. Because Nate's getting the Xbox One, and my buddy Andy is getting the PS4. So I'll have a chance to check out both of them. Me personally, it might sound ignorant, but I might buy the one that's a little bit cheaper. I don't need this. Right, I don't need the stupid Connect that comes with it. I'm not one that. I'm not a selfie, man. I don't need that.
Fuck the Kinect. I don't really care for it.
Thank you.
This Connect's going to be better.
Right. Like this one's great. Let's be honest. Yeah, right. I don't care about
You
that
just
thing.
need an area that big.
Who cares at that point then? So I'm glad at least Sony was thinking ahead, making it $100 cheaper, and not giving you whatever the version of their Connect was.
They should at least have
Yeah, it looks like a fucking
Wii controller.
yeah, a Wii controller or a poor man's lightsaber or something, man.
I think Xbox One should have it so like it could come with Connect and not come with.
Right.
Eventually, they'll go to that.
Right. Right. That to me, as far okay. One thing I will say is I have been watching a lot of trailers on the games that are coming out for the new gen systems, and to me, they're both about equivalent. There was not one that looked better than the other pertaining both systems. So basically, if I looked at Battlefield 4, is that coming out for both systems?
Yeah.
Sure.
So, yeah. When I watched a video on Battlefield 4 from the PS4 side to the Xbox One side, to me it looked identically the same. Did not look anything different than that, honestly. Same went for the sports games out there. They showed a Madden thing for Xbox One versus PS4, FIFA 14, same thing. To me, it looked all the same.
It's more of just a fanboy.
Exactly. Here's Mr. Fanboy right here.
Mr. Xbox One.
Mr. Xbox One. Tell me, which one's better to get, the PS4 or the Xbox One?
Whichever one you like.
That's a great neutral answer. Josh has some brains, guys. He just gave me that's the best answer I heard.
It's a miracle.
That's a miracle.
That's just how I am. I'm not gonna tell somebody, oh, take this one because it's better.
Oh, Josh,
But if you're gonna count it, Xbox One did the most.
hold on.
Improvement,
Hold on.
in my opinion.
Josh, I want you to tell everybody the definition of ass munch.
The definition of ass much is, in the normal dictionary, it states it's just an asshole. And then in the Urban Dictionary, it is a fucking idiot that eats ass.
It's sad that you remember that.
Hey, I remember his too.
Yeah, that was good. They gave me the letter. My letter was D, and they
I
torched.
gave you drunkard.
Yeah, drunkard, and I even asked, was drunkard a word? I'm retarded. I'm sorry for getting that word wrong. They drilled me with the letter D. Dick, douchehead, dildo head, douchebag, dog shit was one that came up. I mean, these people absolutely love me, man.
I thought it was only supposed to be one word.
Hey, I got T.
Mine was my first word was one word, which was twerp, which I think was a stupid word. But Scott and Marquisha took the two best words out of that. They took tard and turd. I mean, after tard and turd, what?
I was looking at twerp. I'm like, me being called twerp.
I was hoping for a laugh. That's why I called you twerp, but it didn't work.
Oh well, we were laughing, but.
Right, but compared to Scott's word.
No one put like tough or anything yet.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Man, I can knock the shit out of you guys.
No, but you could be like John, uppercut you in the nut.
I'll uppercut you right in the face.
Unbelievable. But yeah, the D word.
Leave it on the ground. Be like, nuts.
But Brian had it the best. Brian came out with the most obvious one, which was drummer.
Yeah.
That's the most obvious word. So he won the 3 ding 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 bell of the night there.
Greg on you.
So,
Fucking strangle.
ladies and gentlemen, I also want to announce that we're also having a Halloween show. The Halloween show will be recorded next Saturday. I've decided it's going to be kind of hard to do on Halloween night because I have a lot going on that night. I usually take the kids trick-or-treating. I've been doing that as a tradition now for the longest time, and I'm going to continue that tradition. So I'm going to do my Halloween episode I'm going to have it recorded on Saturday. On Saturday night, everybody is welcome to call the show with your spooky ghost stories, and make them serious spooky ghost stories. I don't want nobody calling here saying, well, my grandma died yesterday and now she's haunting my shower or something. It's fine. So we will be taking open calls on Saturday night. Give me your ghost stories. I'm not trying to rip off any other story format. Hell, it's a Halloween show. If you've had some kind of possession or some kind of haunting, go ahead and give the show a call. I will have a number. I'll probably post that number on Facebook and send it to my friends here sometime this week. But we'll have open lines on that day. And we're going to have somebody that's going to take care of the phone calls, control all the phone calls. So call in Saturday night with your stories. Halloween special coming up this Saturday as well. Other than that, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank everybody out there who has been supporting this project now for a while. Thank you for all the listens out there. I appreciate it very, very much from every single one of you. I missed this last time, so I do want to say hi to Miss Laura Bartolome. It's still October, Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Support the boobs, save the tatas. Remember that. Other than that, thank you again for everybody's support out there. We'll have the Halloween show recorded Saturday night. I will give you a number again. I want the spookiest of spooky ghost stories being told to me that night. And I've heard a lot of good ghost stories in my day from a lot of different people out there. So that should be fun. Again, thank you for your support. We're going to go ahead and play the last song. I want to thank Spence for giving me your 5-song EP. I played all 5 songs, including this last one. Thank you guys very much for sending me your material for your EP. Congratulations for bringing it out, and I hope it gets a lot of support out there. And guys, once you get something about touring information here in the area, please let me know. I'll definitely be one of the first ones this time to come out and check you out. So, again, thanks Spence from Los Angeles, California. Thank you for allowing me to play your EP. Thank you to everybody out there who's been supporting the show. Ladies and gentlemen, you guys have a great night. This is the last song off the EP, and it is called Burn. Ladies and gentlemen, have a great night.